guys, my name is Ben. I am the founder of BeOne Mindset, and this is a quick video just to talk a little bit about my own journey and the reason that BeOne Mindset set up as a community interest company. I had a tough start to life, especially in my teenage years, where I struggled a lot behaviourally, being expelled from school, and experiencing kind of heavy drug use, heavy amounts of bullying, and a real kind of turmoil of a start, that then led to a period of life during my 20s where I experienced severe kind of mental health issues, which kind of took me to some quite severe and dark places. I kind of received support along the way, nothing kind of substantial enough to kind of truly change my direction, and help me to become a better person, which thankfully I am today. It took something quite traumatic in life to eventually make me change, and that kind of created BeOne Mindset. Without going into depth in terms of what that was, it made me understand the power of learning more about my mind and how my mind was working, about the thoughts I was having, why I was having them, and how to start to transition my way of thinking. It made me learn more about emotions, what emotions were driving me, and what they were causing me to do behaviorally, and actually the ability to experience emotions and not let them be a driver, and ultimately make better decisions based off who I want to be and how I want my life to be. And that ultimately started to create and pave a path for myself to start to build a career and have better finances, start to feel better about myself, and something that I struggled to do for so many years. I had a lot of self-confidence issues and struggled to feel happy with who I was. I used to hate myself. I used to hate the world. I hold a lot of resentment within life. And the premise of the name BeOne is about becoming happy with who you are, being one with yourself. And I think that it wasn't until I did that and started to accept who I am as a person that I actually started to feel the way that I can feel today, about myself, which is a kind of really pivotal shift, which then enabled me to kind of go on. I've got 2 children now. I've got a wife. I've got a family. And I'm very much more in a positive state of mental health and emotional health, and my behaviours and my way of living is so much more positive, and within control. I still have to work on myself, which is one of the values that we talk about with BeOne. Things aren't always going to be perfect. There are going to be times that we struggle mentally and emotionally. There are going to be times when we behave in ways that we kind of ultimately regret, but we can be so much more aware of it and ensure that we are working on it, just like you would do in a gym potentially for your body shape. We can do the same for our mental and emotional health. We can be so much more aware of it and doing things that progressively support it than I think people realize. So one of my passions and purposes was to enable other individuals to learn the knowledge that I'd gained. And at no point does BeOne tell someone how they should be, how they should think, how they should live. But more so, we give them the questions that are quite pivotal for them to make these decisions themselves, for them to start to understand their mind and emotions and behaviors more, and question whether they're in a position that they wanted to be in, or whether it could be changed and how they want that to change. And that's what we support them with, tools and techniques in understanding this, for them to then be able to kind of put things into place to support them for, again, a better state of mental health, a better state of emotional health, which ultimately lead into decisions, behaviors, and the way that we live. Sounds quite heavy, sounds quite a lot. Very driven again through my own life and my own changes. This is something that I've now coached for over 10 years, from individual level 1-to-1 to more workshop based to in-person based. And this is now what kind of BeOne Mindset's mission is, with Christine and Liam being on board, and we're just trying to drive our message and information out to help as many people as possible.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine Appleyard and I'm BeOne Mindset CIC's Relationships Manager. As part of my role, I write funding bids, I build relationships with local businesses, CICs, charities, and social enterprises. And I also run a carer support group, which provides a Couch to 5K program, a 5K to 10K program, and a series of yoga and relaxation sessions. I became involved with BeOne due to my own struggles with mental health. I have a daughter who has complex medical needs and also, sadly, a short life expectancy. And I also lost my brother to suicide back in June 2020. Because of these life-changing events, it's had a huge effect on me mentally. I have always struggled with anxiety anyway, and this has just heightened things a lot. So I've had counselling, I've had CBT, I've had talking therapy, all of which have helped massively, but only for the short term. And I was looking for something more long term. So I discovered B1 and I was able to use the tools and techniques in my own life in a way that suited me. I was able to adapt them to suit my life. And I've really found true, long lasting positive change. Because of this, I'm so passionate about helping others find this. And that's why I've become involved with B1.
Hi there, my name's Liam, and I'm the online and content creation expert here at BeOne Mindset. Now, I've taken my 10 years of industry experience working for a national training provider where I've created online and in-person resources to help people absorb information to be able to continue their learning journey at a time and a place that suits them. So my passion is for helping people to really be able to grasp onto what it is that's being said, but also to be able to use that in a way that's going to be helpful for them to continue using it over and above the sessions that they have with that expert. So I've taken my experience from the trainer world and I'm helping B1 Mindset to be able to create lots of personal development tools and techniques and processes into both in-person experiences, but also the online audio journeys, the community, the content what we share online to help people be able to continue their journey at a time and place that suits them. Because let's be honest, we've all got learning preferences, depending on what it is that is the best way that we absorb information. But also we've got different times that we and places that will be able to actually start to do that work on ourselves. So that's our goal here. And my passion is to really be able to put the power back in the person's hands to be able to help them make that transformation change to live a happier, healthy life.